Welcome to Dolltown. That's what the game is called. Welcome to Dolltown. Obviously, this is Rival Indigo. I followed the developer of this game, and they had kind of like a little struggle in getting it listed on Steam. And this is the demo. I haven't purchased the game yet. I kind of want to do a little playthrough and see how it runs on my computer. I did play the first few minutes just to make sure it would run, but I wanted to record the gameplay so that I could show the game off and, you know, give a shout out to the developer as well. Game is listed on Steam for $12.99. It did finally get released in February and looks really cool. So we're going to give it a try, see what we think. And obviously I am not IGP or anybody like that, but this is going to be the uncut playthrough of the demo, and I might do like a highlights video later, but let's give it a look. With that being said, there is some interesting subject matter in this game. All right, so we apparently just got off the bus. The Osaka City bus, by the way. That's the bus I came here with. The driver left. Love to explore right now, but I have to go to the convenience store. Like I said, I played the first few minutes of this just to make sure it ran, and then that was it. So I think it ran good enough for me to be able to record it and make a video. If there is any perceived performance issues in the playthrough, just know that that is due to my computer on the recording. That is not the game. Okay, so I like the kind of Silent Hill-ish setup here, like the fog and the grayscale and all that. Hi there. Oh, you're a pretty girl. Did you get lost? Or, oh, you're the new girl. Follow me. I'll show you everything. So let me be your guide. I'm Frangen. I think it's Frangen or Frangen. Welcome to Dolltown. The truth is, this town used to be a lot shinier. So you worked for the Hanabari? I mean, Father Hanabari. People called him the doll maker. Already kind of creepy. His factory made larger-than-life dolls. Really, look, it's like they're looking at us sometimes. Oh, I can move the camera around. Well, I'll admit that things are a bit messy. Not many people live here anymore, especially those dolls. And you're the one they call to rescue, I guess. You've arrived. Nico stop. Go into the store and do what you have to do. I'll wait for you outside. Yeah, because it's running pretty smooth for me. I see a little bit of choppiness here and there on OBS, so we'll see how that comes through. I will say that there are certain moments when you get away from the fog that the performance like immediately improves. So the fog is definitely a... I mean, I'm not saying I don't appreciate it, you know, for the setting, but the fog is definitely a bit of a resource drain. Oh, hello, Yumi. Sorry I couldn't be there for your first day in Dolltown. I left you the keys of the store under the vending machine. Once you get inside, turn on the register and I'll tell you what to do. Oh, and don't bother the dolls. LOL. Yeah, so you can kind of see, at least for me, like it runs okay. but the fog has to be like a volumetric thing to render this way, or even a filter. Because as soon as you get over here and all these things are close and there's no fog, it starts to move a lot smoother. So just a little things I've noticed, not like a big critique or whatever. Ooh, Gashapon. I'd love to, but I need at least 100 yen. I'm thinking that's something that we do get to interact with later. Wonder how far I can... Oh. Right here. So this is your character. She almost looks like a doll herself. A little too close. I'm gonna try and get a close-up. I'm in the bushes. Okay, let's get out of here. Here we go. Very, dreary. I can't resist trying to find all the places. Wait, why can I go here? Other than to see. Interesting. Something I noticed, I don't know if the full game is different. In the settings, I can control gameplay, controls, audio, but not the visual. I can't do anything there. I find that interesting. Tutorials are disabled by default. I'm not sure if that is on purpose or if they just kind of missed that. Can't do anything there. Oh shoot, we're back to the bus. All right. Also, I want to say I very much appreciate that the game was developed for controller. I feel like too many games, especially for like Steam or PC, they don't take into account controller, and you have to use like the forced feature. Huh. Wait, is it looking at me? Yes it is, actually. So we've wandered all the way back to Welcome to Dolltown. Yeah, well, not a very welcoming Dang. I love these little vans. I would 100% own and drive one. Oh! Mio's Origami? I don't know what that is, but it's a collectible, I'm guessing. Kind of cool. All right, let's get to it. Where we walked past this, there's another doll watching us. I think I got lost. Okay, yeah, we walked past this. I hope the ambience is coming through. Very good, like, spooky sounds. There's our key. I definitely need to... don't seem to be able to adjust this. Huh. Unless I'm just doing it wrong. Hang on. Let's try using them. There we go. A little better. All right. Let's continue. Nice, you made it inside. I can see you through the security cameras. Well, that's interesting. He's just sitting there watching the cameras. Turn on the register. The switch is behind the counter. We could pet the cat. Nice. Oh, that would explain the Nico slushies. No matter how creepy the place gets, at least the slushies are still cold. Small wins. You know, in Final Fantasy, you get potions and elixirs. Here, I get stale chips and questionable hot dogs. I wonder if there's anything else on the shelves. Slushies, chips. Bread? It's bread. Nice. Was not expecting that. That was interesting. Oh, here's the switch. Back door opened as well. This is always a problem with me, doing tank controls. Hey, you got any of those health potions laying around? I feel like I'm about to be jumped by a bunch of dolls. See, like I'm pushing forward and then I'm pushing forward when it switches. That's always gotten to me when it comes to, the pretty box, but it's locked. Ah, shiz. Oh shoot, you gotta be okay. Whew. Okay, so the right trigger puts you into like combat mode, I guess, and that's when you can. Okay, and we knocked that one out. I don't know if we killed it. It's a doll. Oh. Wait, how do I... That's weird. I can't select them. Oh, it's right there. Okay, 5683. Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, there we go. Found her? Don't be afraid. It's a doll. More real than life, huh? That's why this town to be so well known. The main factory made dolls for the entire country and life-size dolls based on the design my father had developed. Yeah, I guess I owe you a little explanation. My father was a master doll maker. He was the one who kept this town alive thanks to his factory. But after my sister's death, wait, I'm going to show you something. Follow me. Night was just beginning to fall over Dolltown. Streets were quiet. The fog was settling in. Sumugi says, "Where is she?" Neo, you're annoying. I'll find you. Oh, cool. You really are just like dolls. So weird. I mean, it's cool, but it's weird. Are you serious? You do know I can see you, right? Are you kidding? It took you ages to find me. If you're so good, go hide. We'll see if you're easy to find. Yeah, you'll see. Guess I'll just walk this way. Where to hide? It had to be a hard place to find. In a residence garden? Yeah, but no. I want one of these little vans. Behind this vending machine? Would not be bad, but wait a moment. Like, you can see the joints on her knees, too. This big iron door intrigued her. The back room was a perfect place. Oh, what? The little girl coveted the idea of hiding in this large refrigerator. It was cold anyway, and she wouldn't be in it long. Her girlfriend would soon find her. That's crazy. Why would you... Don't hide in a fridge. It was dark, it was cold, between popsicles and frozen smoothies. Oh, you can hear it. She's coming. Her footsteps are getting closer. Not a sound, she said to herself. A strange metallic sound. It clicked like a small lock. Click. Footsteps became more distant. She passed me by and didn't find me. I'll stay a few seconds longer and come out a winner. Determined to win the game, she decided to get out of the freezer. But the door remained closed. Blocked. Hey! You found me, aha! Let me out, it's okay, and it's cold in here. No answer. It was cold. So cold. She hammered. Screamed. Well, that was the sound I was hearing in the, Yeah, I was hearing that in the convenience store. I'm coming, I'll find you. Sad story, huh? This town has a heavy past, but I'll tell you everything later. Take a little tour of the town. When you're ready, meet me in front of the school. Bye. Well, that's a lot to just, like, dump on me. Like, wait a second. Oh, I can go back in. Cool. Like, you're telling me the story of this freaking girl being trapped in a freaking freezer. And I'm guessing dying. I like do it again? But there's this thing. I'm sure I'll find a key for it at some point. Yeah, you can definitely tell the inspiration here from stuff like Silent Hill, Resident Evil. I think a little bit more in the Silent Hill direction, but you know that whole dude, do you see? It's hang on. Get my mouse back. It's Rossetti up there in the mouse disappears and I can't. Rossetti is up there on the top of the thing. Is there a way? I'm sure it's a an Easter egg, but do you interact with it anyway? That's cool. Or not Rossetti. No, not Rossetti. I'm thinking of the shop guy. Nook. Is it Nook? It's been so long since I played Animal Crossing, but I immediately recognize it. I'm pretty sure it's Nook or whatever his name is. That's so cool. All right, so they're one of these developers. We're gonna have some references and stuff. I'm gonna be hard pressed not to believe that we're a doll. Like she's like the same dimensions and like way of walking and everything as them. And like the whole look, the persona. Okay. Ningyomachi? Sure, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Yingnomachi? Oh, that's cool. It's got the Japanese and the English. And little symbols so you can tell what each... Okay, that's pretty, that's pretty legit. Alright, so... Town's Monument is way down there on the right. That's where we started. We walked down this street, past the Porcelain Cafe. The temple is across the street from us. We're at the convenience store. The school's across that way. Oh shoot, we go way over here too. That's the Hanabare factory, excuse me, and the manor. Temple's over. I want to go to the temple. Doll sitting outside. A beggar doll? She's got 100 yen. It's not like she... Am I going to take money from this beggar doll? What the heck? I just... Okay. It's like, yeah, you don't need this. Thanks. You know what I'm going to do with it? Hey, a gashapon. I've got 100 yen on me. Okay, this is cool. May induce happiness. I like that. I got a Lego brick. Seriously, a Lego? That's actually pretty awesome. I'll take a Lego. Was that the only one? Okay, cool. So that's just another way of getting a different collectible. All right. I like it. She told me to explore the town and then meet her over there. So I want to go to the temple. Then we'll go. We call those, I don't know if this is what everybody else calls them, but we always called them quarter machines. And when I was a kid, oh, here's another origami. When I was a kid, I was really big, like obviously I'm a big football fan, like NFL, and they had the little plastic helmets for the teams that went into the little quarter machines, very much like a gashapon. And every time we would go to the grocery store, it was called Winn-Dixie. Or, yeah, Winn-Dixie or Food Lion. actually, where I lived at the time. But anytime we would go to those grocery stores and they had the little football helmets, I would go, I think it was 50 cents, 2 quarters, and I would try to get them. Eventually, I think I got like 26, 27 of the 32 teams that existed, and I love those little things. I had them lined up on my shelf. It was the coolest thing. I feel like it'd be neat if like Pokemon made a move back into being in like quarter machines and stuff. Where am I? Okay. It is easy to get lost, I feel like. I also feel like that's on purpose as well. It's by design. Go in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where? Camera got pushed up. There we go. Oh, because of the little roof. Okay. All right. Can I go in? The door is locked at the moment. Anyway, I don't do well in temples. And whole lid there. All right, so I guess we'll go over to the high school. You know, I don't actually know if the developer of the game is Japanese or if they just were like well studied on Japan and the culture and stuff. So I need to look into that. I do plan to send this when I upload this. Send them the link. So if you end up watching this, developer of Welcome to Doll Town, give me your feedback and what you think. So Frangen, I need to know how you say that. Frangen. I don't think it's Frangen. But anyways, Frangen says, there you are. It all started here. You see that girl on the school roof? Ah, that's my sister Mio. Well, it's not really her. It's her doll. My sister committed suicide a few years ago, and do you know who really killed her? It's this fucking town. All right. Pretty legit. That was a cool intro. I like that. She was subjected to daily bullying by a group of girls in her class. It became hell on earth after her death. The town was divided. My father employed everyone here. He was despised by some. Those who pushed Mio, they were never punished. Not officially. The doll you see up there is not just a memory. It's a promise. I found Mio's diary, what she wrote, what she felt. I can show it to you, but you'll have to be ready to experience it. Join me inside my father's house. I'll tell you a bit more about all of this. Remember, the code is 58008. 58008. In the meantime, go for a walk. But from now on, Yumi, take care of yourself. Oh, I have a health bar now. Think. Up there in the top left, it says Yumi, and then there's red bar. I know my little, my logo is over it. Is there another town map over here? No. Let's just, let's go this way. I actually really like this effect. The negative. You're drawing attention to the things close to you and making the things far from you more ominous and like the less detail for those things. It's not just a rendering thing, it's an artistic choice. Oh, I bet you this is a house. Poster reads, "Get the hell out of my house and go chow down at the temple." The heck? Oh, shoot. Oh, the right thumbstick. Okay. 5, 8. That is actually cool. The Lego fit. Nice. Thank you for making that the right thumbstick and not the mouse. As I was saying earlier, I feel like a lot of, especially indie developers, they do this thing where their game is only a mouse and keyboard, and you have to use the Steam... You have to use the Steam, like, override thing to make it custom work for controller. And, like, I'm not pretending to know how difficult it is to, like, program controls or anything. I am a controller gamer. I always have been. Grew up playing NES, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and then Xbox, and it's controllers all the way. When I do play on PC, I try to play controller much as possible. And it's just the natural way to play. I think there's a lot of gamers, besides like hardcore PC gamers that are playing shooters and stuff, that want to be able to play on controller. So if you have an indie game and you want a bigger audience, make sure controller players are at home there. It'll definitely help. Because the moment I turned this game on with Steam and it said it was built for controller or something like that, I was like, yes, thank you so much. So D42 mod? I think that's what it said. Oh, I like these controls though. I do like tank controls. I know a lot of people cry about them, but yeah, this house has been abandoned for a while. At least it appears it has. Like, that's my only gripe with tank controls is that thing, and it's with every game that uses them. The thing where, like, you're pushing forward or sideways into a switch of the camera angle, and then when the camera angle switches, you're now pushing back out the other way you came in, if that makes sense. If I barely hold the thumbstick, this is what happens. I'm not making fun. I just think it's funny. Go back out. Oh. Oh, Ooh, okay. I did some damage, though. That one hit I took. You're already here? Anyway, welcome to my home. Well, what's left of it. This was my father's home, and this is where we grew up. This is also where he lost his mind. Downfall of a man. Let me tell you, I enunciated. I did that wrong. Put the wrong inflection on it. Mr. Hanabare was a man who had grown up in Dolltown. Born to farmer parents, he knew what a harsh life and tough ends of the month were like. But his talent had allowed him to turn his life into a little dream for himself and his family. His dolls were incredibly realistic. The whole country was ordering from him, and it became increasingly difficult to keep up the pace. With the money he had, he opened a small factory, employing about 10 locals. Little by little, business quickly became prosperous. So much so that he decided to expand his workshop into a factory that would employ the whole town. In his office, a simple workshop, his daughter, Mio, was drawing. "Look, Dad, a cat." "My darling, how beautiful it is. Would you like to have a kitten?" "Oh yes, a little black kitten, so cute." "Oh, that's probably the one at the convenience store." Mr. Hanabare laughed softly. A few days later, Mio was celebrating her 10th birthday. "Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out your candles." She closed her eyes so tightly, as if trying to pour all her energy into making her wish come true. Then she blew out the candles in one breath. Mr. Hanabare handed her a small package. Mio, hiding her growing disappointment, pretended to be delighted with the little box. "A necklace? Thank you, Dad." "It's not for you. Come on. Look behind you." Mia turned around and a little black kitten, so cute, was staring at her. She jumped for joy. She jumped for joy. So happy. Her wish had just been granted. "Oh, that's a cool room, bro." I just take one of the corners that's near us and turn it into like my gaming spot, my studio. That's an awesome room. She had wanted this little cat for so long. She had already planned everything for him. Her room already had little toys for him, and every morning before going to school, she served him a little bowl of milk. On the day of the funeral, Mr. Hanabare was inconsolable. No one showed up. That's crazy. His little Mio in such a small coffin. That would be cremated before him. He had no words. He no longer knew what to do. He went back home to a house empty of meaning, empty of sound, empty of joy. He went straight to his personal workshop. He closed the door behind him and began working on what would seal the fate of Dolltown forever. A doll that would bring Mio back to life. Yo, creepy cemetery. My father had no time for anyone anymore. He was obsessed with the idea that Mio could come back to life. Yo, these are good shots. Like good art direction and good I guess you'd say cinematography. He had abandoned everything, family, friends, employees. He was going mad. One night he left, determined to bring my sister back into our world. This is gonna be creepy. Oh shoot, am I him? Oh, find Mio's grave, bro. Hi, Mio's dad, Mr. Hanabare. I could do the same thing with him. I'm not trying to make fun, it's just amusing. Just like slide. Oh, ghost-like. Not Mio's grave, I'm guessing. Oh, boy. Am I gonna be like running from her ghost or something? Oh, God. Over here first. Oh, shoot. We can do combat with him? Yep. Oh, I thought it was like about to go to a cutscene. It was just, I was walking into the dark. Let's see. Nope, not allowed to do that. Must be back here somewhere. I think I missed something. Find Mio's grave. I would figure it'd be like marked somehow, so I could tell. In the edited version, this will definitely be cut. Look at me. Where? I walked up here. The girl screamed over here. I really hope I don't look really stupid here. Not knowing where to go. Is it this one? Oh my god. The tomb already housed his wife. Now his daughter. His daughter, it was too hard. Armed with his chopsticks, he opened the urn and retrieved some small bones. He neatly placed them in a small red velvet pouch. Then he headed toward the exit to return to his workshop. Dad? Oh, gee. Dad, what are you doing? Sweetheart, Dad, I'm dead. Dad? No, I'm going to... Dad. Oh, fuck. You let me down. Bro, that is crazy. Get out of here. Bro, there's no way. That's sick. I mean, like, Jesus, dude. I'm leaving. Mio, you'll be back. Oh, that's crazy. Just her freaking body falling everywhere. The workshop still smelled of hot glue and old wood. The walls were lined with shelves containing dozens of frozen, half-painted faces, like silent spectators. He locked the door behind him. In front of his workbench, he took out the velvet bag and placed it in the center like an offering. His hands were barely shaking, not with fear, but with impatience. He poured the contents onto a white cloth, tiny splinters of bleached bone, so fragile they looked as if they might dissolve with a breath. With a small silversmith's hammer, he ground them to a fine powder, which he mixed with cloudy water, collected in a jar where a lily petal was still floating. Then he picked up a block of soft porcelain. Slowly, methodically, he shaped it into a hollow heart. Into this receptacle, he poured the bone powder, then closed it like an urn. A narrow box lay on its side. Inside, carefully coiled, a lock of black hair. He had cut them off on Mio's 10th birthday. He braided them into a delicate thread and sewed it into the back of the doll's neck, linking the head to the porcelain heart. For the eyes, he ground the remaining ash in a small mortar, then mixed it with a clear varnish. 2 small, round pearls absorbed the mixture, taking on a cloudy, almost wet hue. When he inserted them into the empty sockets, the room suddenly seemed colder. He lit a single candle. Flame flickered, casting distorted but recognizable shadows on the walls. In a low voice, he recited a poem, one he whispered to her when she couldn't sleep. With each stanza, he blew incense smoke onto the porcelain face. When he reached the last line, he stopped, cut off the tip of his little finger, and let a red drop fall onto the doll's closed mouth. Blood beaded, seeping into the crack of her lips. Thick silence of the workshop, he thought he heard something. Rustle, a murmur, or perhaps a whisper. And then nothing. His only hope seemed to have failed. And suddenly, Dad? The Nightmare begins February 14th, 2026. Nice. Directed and written by D42mon. Wishlist on Steam. All right, that was really good. Considering this plays on my computer pretty well and I can record, it seems, I'm most likely going to grab the game. It's only $12.99. Supports a small, independent developer who has a unique vision. And I like the genre. I like horror. I like things that kind of mess with your head. And the gameplay is pretty cool. It's not like overly heavy. Well, I mean, it's only the demo. It's not overly heavy on combat. It has some puzzles. Exploring, finding little collectibles. And obviously there seems to be some Easter eggs to find. I'm interested to see what else there is besides I swear it's Nook. I can't remember the whole name or title or whatever, but Nook from Animal Crossing. That's a cute one. I like that. But anyways, D42mon. Really, really like it. Thank you for having the demo up. Thank you for having a unique vision. And yep, I'll be putting this up on YouTube, and we'll see how the full game is when I get a chance to play that. But it's Rival Indigo. I appreciate you checking out the game with me in the demo, and we'll see you later.